If I ask you that what is the shape of the earth? Is it spherical? No. The earth is not a sphere. It is slightly flattened at the north and south poles and bulges in the middle. Now, if we want to study various places on the earth, how can we do it? We can study various places on the earth with the help of globes. So today we shall be doing second chapter of your geography book, that is globe, latitudes and longitudes. In this chapter we will talk about the globe and its usefulness. We will also talk about the imaginary lines on the globe and how they are useful to us. First of all, what is globe? A globe is a true model of the earth in miniature form. Miniature form means in its small form. Globes may be of different size and types. There are big globes which cannot be carried easily, and there are small pocket globes and globe-like balloons which can be inflated and are handy and can be carried easily. The globe is not fixed. It can be rotated the same way as a top spins or a potter's wheel is rotated. Countries, continents and oceans are shown on the globe in their correct size. You must be thinking that if globe is a true model of earth, where on earth do we live? So, I would like to tell that we live on the surface of the earth. Notice the 2 points on the globe, one in the north and another in the south. You will also notice that a needle is fixed through the globe in a tilted manner, which is called its axis. The end point of the axis are North Pole and South Pole. But the real earth has no such needle. It moves around its axis, which is an imaginary line. The globe can be rotated in both directions, east and west. The earth rotates only from west to east. There is another imaginary line on the globe which divides the globe into equal parts. This line is known as the equator. The northern half of the earth is known as the northern hemisphere and the southern half is known as the southern hemisphere. Thus, the equator is an imaginary circular line that divides the globe in 2 equal halves and is a very important reference point to locate places on the earth. Do you know what are parallels of latitudes? All parallel circles from the equator up to the poles are called parallels of latitudes. Latitudes are measured in degrees. So, If I ask you which degree is represented by equator, the equator represents the 0-degree latitude. Since the distance from the equator to either of the poles is 1/4 of a circle round the earth, it will measure 1/4 of 360 degrees. And that is, what is the 1/4 of 360 degrees? It is 90 degree. Thus, 90 degrees north latitude marks the North Pole and 90 degrees south latitude marks the South Pole. All parallels north of the equator are called north latitudes and all parallels south of the equator are called south latitudes. So, the value of each latitude is followed by either the word north or south. For example, both Chandrapur in Maharashtra and Belo Horizonte in Brazil, which is in South America, are located on parallels of 20-degree latitude. But Chandrapur in Maharashtra is 20 degree north of the equator and Belo Horizonte in Brazil is 20 degree south of equator. We can therefore say that Chandrapur is situated at 20 degree north latitude and Belo Horizonte is situated at 20 degree south latitude. Now, let us talk about important parallels of latitudes. Besides the equator, which is 0-degree latitude, the North Pole, which is 90 degree north, and the South Pole, which is 90 degrees south, there are 4 important parallels of latitudes. Tropic of Cancer, that is 23.5 degree north in the northern hemisphere. Tropic of Capricorn, that is 23.5 degrees south in the southern hemisphere. Arctic Circle at 66.5 degree north of the equator and Antarctic Circle at 66.5 degree south of the equator. All places on the earth do not receive same amount of sun rays. The places of the earth that receive direct rays of the sun are hotter as compared to the areas which receive slanting rays of the sun. So, based on the amount of heat received from the sun, the earth has been divided in different heat zones. The first is torrid zone. In this zone, the midday sun is exactly overhead at least once a year on all latitudes in between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. Therefore, it is called torrid zone. This area therefore receives the maximum heat and is called the torrid zone. Next is temperate zones. The midday sun never shines overhead on any latitude beyond the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. Here, the angle of sun's rays goes on decreasing towards the poles. As such, the areas between the Tropic of Cancer and the Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere and the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere have moderate temperatures. So, these are called temperate zones. The third zone is frigid zones. These zones are very cold. The areas lying between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere and the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole in the southern hemisphere are very cold. Why? Because the sun does not rise much above the horizon. So, the rays are always slanting and provide less heat. And now we will talk about longitudes. To fix the position of a place, it is necessary to know something more than the latitude of that place. For example, you can see that Tonga Islands in the Pacific Ocean and Mauritius Islands in the Indian Ocean are situated on the same latitude, that is 20 degrees south. Now, in order to locate these places accurately, we must find out how far east or west these places are from a given line of reference running from the North Pole to the South Pole. These lines of references running from North Pole to the South Pole are called the meridians of longitude. The distance between the longitudes are measured in degrees of longitude. Each degree is further divided into minutes and minutes are divided into seconds. The longitudes are semicircles and the distance between them decreases steadily polewards until it becomes zero at the poles, where all the meridians meet. All meridians of longitudes are of equal length. So, it was difficult to number the meridians. Hence, the countries decided that the count should begin from the meridian which passes through Greenwich in England, where the British Royal Observatory is located. This meridian is called the prime meridian. The value of prime meridian is 0 degree longitude, and from 0 degree longitude we count 180 degree eastwards and 180 degree westwards. The prime meridian and 180-degree meridian divide the earth into two equal halves, the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. Therefore, the longitude of a place is followed by the letter E for the east and W for the west. It is really interesting to note that 180-degree east and 180-degree west meridian are on the same line. Look at the globe carefully. And now, can you see the grid of the parallels of latitude and meridians of longitude on it? You can locate any point on the globe very easily with the help of this grid if you know the latitude and longitude of a place. For example, Dhubri in Assam is situated at 26-degree north latitude and 90-degree east longitude. Now, find out the point where these two lines cut each other. And this point will be the location of Dhubri, longitude and time. The best means of measuring time is by the movement of the earth, the moon and the planets. The sun regularly rises and sets every day, and it is the best timekeeper throughout the world. Local time can be known by the shadow cast by the sun. The shadow of the sun is shortest at noon and longest at sunrise and sunset. If we consider time with longitude, when the prime meridian of Greenwich has the sun at the highest point in the sky, all the places along this meridian will have midday or noon. Now, as the earth rotates from west to east, those places east of Greenwich will be ahead of Greenwich time, and those places to the west will be behind Greenwich time. The rate of difference can be calculated in the following manner. Now, the earth rotates 360-degree in how many hours? The earth rotates 360-degree in about 24 hours. That means if 15 degrees are covered in 1 hour, that is 60 minutes, 1 degree is covered in 4 minutes. Thus, when it is 12 noon at Greenwich, the time at 15-degree east of Greenwich will be 60 minutes ahead. 60 minutes, that is 1 hour ahead of Greenwich time. That means 1 p.m. But at 15-degree west of Greenwich, the time will be behind Greenwich time by 1 hour. So, it will be 11 a.m. Now we will talk about standard time. Why do we have standard time? The local time of places which are on different meridians will be different. This will create confusion and it will be difficult to prepare a timetable for trains which cross several longitudes. In India, for example, there will be a difference of about 1 hour 45 minutes in the local time of Dwarka in Gujarat and Dibrugarh in Assam. It is therefore necessary to adopt the local time of some central meridian of a country as the standard time for the country. If we look at the map of India, in India, the longitude of 82 degree 30 minutes east is treated as the standard meridian. Why? Because it passes through the center of the country. The local time at this meridian is taken as the standard time for the whole country and is known as the Indian Standard Time. Now, if a day and night cricket match between India and England had started at 2 p.m. in London, at what time it would begin in India? It will begin at 7:30 p.m. in India. Why? Because the difference between the Indian and England timing is 5 hours 30 minutes, and as India is located east of Greenwich at 82 degree 30 minutes east, so it is 5 hours 30 minutes ahead of Greenwich Mean Time. Some countries have a great longitudinal extent, so they have adopted more than one standard time. For example, Russia, which has as many as 11 standard times. Now, let us try to answer these questions. What we have to do? We have to select the right option from the given options shown on the TV screen and answer the questions. The first question is, equator is 0 degree latitude, 23.5 degrees south latitude, 66.5 degree north latitude, or 90 degree north latitude. The right answer is equator is 0 degree latitude. The second question is, prime meridian is 0 degree longitude, 23.5 degree east longitude, 82.5 degree east longitude, or 360 degree longitude. The right answer is prime meridian is 0 degree longitude.